Okay, so there is a metric that I want to talk about that may have some people a little bit concerned. We've over the last few months here seen significant growth in terms of the crypto market. It's been awesome. Prices have done extremely well. We've even seen ADA go on these big surges to again levels I thought that were a lot higher than we should have been in the first place. Now, what has been interesting is that during the same time, we have seen the number of non-empty BTC wallets go on the climb, surging to some really high levels. Okay, and this has been a consistent theme, and it's again people flocking to less volatile assets. But while this has been happening, and while most altcoins have kind of flatlined in terms of adoption, Cardano is actually one of the few networks to see active wallets drop. So what we've actually seen during this time is over the last 3 months, non-empty ADA wallets are actually down 0.1% in 3 months. Is this a big deal? Not really. And the reason why I say this, and this isn't me coping or anything like that, is we're not in alt season. We're not in these big significant times of adoption. So do these ebbs and flows of the wallets really matter? Not a whole lot. Where it really is important, where you want to see big significant growth, is as we get into alt season, as prices really begin to take off, things like that, right? What you'll notice here as well is, as ADA kind of came in hot from the left here, all right? For example, it was up a lot higher than most things. And basically at the start of February is when things started to turn around. That's where we started to see a drop in terms of the price of ADA, which, coincidentally was around right here, right around the bottom is when essentially some people started selling. Now, if you guys caught my video earlier today, we know that in fact, whales started buying. Whales kind of, essentially bought this up, which makes sense why we're seeing a drop in wallets, but an increase in price, right? If large holders, dogs whining. If we're seeing an increase in price, but a drop in holders, that means likely large holders are in fact buying the price up. Again, pushing us to levels that we probably should not have hit this early on. So now it's all kind of starting to come into picture. Now, with that being said, what we are doing is flushing out the bad holders. You guys can see that, for example, we saw this significant drop. We saw a surge at the beginning of April. If we coincide this back with price here around April 7th, this little spike here off of, I believe that was, I'm trying to remember if that was the scare or not. We saw a little bit of surge in wallets. We again saw a dip once the market started to move back down. You guys can see that little drop right here starting to coincide with that. But we're starting to work our way up. Basically, over the last 2 weeks or so, ADA has slowly but surely started to work its way back up in terms of holders. And that brings us back to this. Again, this long-term mindset when it comes to holders. Yes, there are some new holders entering for the first time, which is great. ADA adoption is beginning to pick up. And I think that has to do with, a lot of these rollouts and the partnership and the Chang hard fork that's going to be coming down the road here. These are all big things. But remember, don't be surprised if it takes time for all this to formulate into bigger price movement, for all this to formulate into bigger adoption and utilization of the Cardano ecosystem and things like that. So I'd love to hear people's thoughts on this, what you think this means. Honestly, I think a lot of it probably has to do with people chasing some assets that are moving faster or surging into meme coins or things like that, right? But I appreciate you guys as always. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, but have a great day. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.